Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Alright, this lesson, I just saw this article on Stephen Clark was shot 8 times, 7 from behind. Family commissioned autopsy. Protesters marched downtown after the funeral of police shooting victim Stephen Clark in Sacramento, California. March 29, 2018, so that was about 2 days ago. This article was posted today, though. Of the 20 shots fired by Sacramento, California police officers, unarmed black man Stephen Clark was hit by 8, according to an autopsy commissioned by his family. 7 of the shots came from behind and 1 from the side. The findings contradict the initial police report that said the African-American man was advancing on the officers, said Benjamin Crump, the attorney for Clark's family. This independent autopsy affirms that Stephen was not a threat to police and was slain in another senseless police killing under increasingly questionable circumstances, Crump said in a statement. Yeah, that happens every time, man. They'll tell you this or they'll tell you that, but if they actually would release all the footage, you can hear how they talk and treat people, man. They're devils, all right? That's what they do. On the evening of March 18th, Clark, 22, was fatally shot in his grandmother's backyard when officers mistook his cell phone for a gun. The officers fired 20 shots, according to Dr. Bennett Amalu, the medical examiner who conducted the autopsy. Any of the 7 bullets that entered the upper half of Clark's body could have killed him. Each of these bullets independently possessed a fatal capacity. Dr. Bennett Amalu, the forensic pathologist who conducted the autopsy, said at a press conference Friday, all he needed was 1 of the 7 to die. So they're really overkilling, man. And since when are they trying to kill somebody when they have a gun anyways, man? That's what I never understood. They always should try to kill, you're not supposed to shoot to kill, man. First of all, I didn't have a gun in the first place, which they hardly ever do when they say they do. Or mistake, this for a gun, whatever. They always do that, no matter what it is. It could be, the middle of the day, sun's out, and they're holding a fucking, a piece of candy or something, and they'll say it's a gun and kill them, man. They just make excuses because they can't admit that they did wrong, man. Because they're too prideful. They're always going to make excuses, and they're never going to come out and say, we really fucked up, or we deserve to be put in prison. They're never going to say that. They're always going to say, well, we thought it was a gun. Goddamn devils, man. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that's all it is, man. And this is ultimately leading to race wars, man, which is a prophecy. And another thing I've never seen out of all the articles I've read about him, I've never seen them say if that was actually the guy they were looking for in the first place. Because he was standing in his backyard, man. Standing in his backyard. So how do we even know that that's the guy that they were talking about? Because there was a report that somebody was breaking windows. And I saw an article that the police officer said they thought he was holding a crowbar. And then later it said they thought he was holding a gun. So they can't even keep their damn lies straight, man. And like I said, he probably wasn't even the guy that was breaking the windows in the first place. But you know who ultimately killed him? The Lord, man. Yahweh killed him. Alright? And that's just to rile up these nations, man. To rile up Jake against Esau, the fucking devils, alright? Because they do shit like this on a daily, it seems like. And they'll only ever release the videos that actually support what they're saying. They're never going to release the whole video because they don't want you to know, man. They don't want you to know what's really going on. Do you even know how? I mean, do a lot of you brothers even know how the police even started? The police started as slave patrols, man. Slave catchers. That's where the police started. And a lot of times they killed a slave, or they just brought them back, or injured them and then brought them back to the plantation. These police officers aren't getting paid to protect civilians, man. They're getting paid to enforce the law, and they use these scare tactics to enforce the law, man. So they'll kill a bunch of Jakes just so you fear them. But I don't fucking fear these police, man. You shouldn't fear these police either because they can't do shit, man. They're a bunch of pussies behind guns. Alright? That's all they fucking are, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to put an end to these fucking police real soon here, man. Alright? So don't be scared of don't fear anything or anybody except Yahweh. Alright? There's no reason to fear some pussy behind a gun, man. Alright? Clark's brother, Stevante, crashed a meeting of the Sacramento City Council earlier this week, telling the room that the chief of police got my brother killed, and proclaiming we're not immigrants, we're sons of slaves. Crump has previously represented the relatives of two African-American teenagers, which is not African-American. Show me where they called Negroes African-Americans over 30 years ago, man. They never did. Negroes and Africans are not the same people. Negroes are Israelites. So Crump has previously represented the relatives of two Israelite teenagers, Michael Brown, who was killed by police in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014, and Trayvon Martin, who was killed in an altercation with a neighborhood watchman in Florida 2012. And out of all these times, the person never actually had a gun, man. Dr. Omalu is best known for his research in chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Salaki if I mispronounce that. Due to his research involving American football players who had concussions, he worked as a medical examiner in the nearby San Joaquin County until December 2017. He and another colleague resigned in protest, accusing the sheriff of altering medical findings to cover up killings by police. Yep, see, and then there's always people trying to say, oh, they're criminals. Or they're always trying to defend the police, man. Every time. And then they always call blacks or Latinos lazy. Or they call us, criminals. Hostile people. When your whole nation of people has been killing and being criminals since the beginning of your existence, man. Since Cain killed Abel. So quit bullshitting, man. Alright? Nobody's trying to hear that bullshit. Alright, so I'm going to get to the scriptures. Zechariah chapter 11, I think, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, because like I said, they're never going to admit that they did wrong. They're never going to actually become incarcerated for killing somebody, because it's not a mistake, man. It's not always a mistake. And it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter, man. There's no evidence showing anybody that they accidentally shot him 20 fucking times. Or shot at him 20 times. That's not a mistake. You don't accidentally do that. Okay? I guarantee you if he was any person with a light skin tone, they wouldn't have thought he had a gun, man. Or they wouldn't have shot him that fucking fast. They have trigger fingers, man, because that's their first agenda, man. If they have something in their hand, even if they don't have anything in their hand, look at you can say whatever you want, man, about the Black Panther Party. They started out as an organization that fed Israelite children breakfast in the morning, man, and helped them study with school. and gave groceries to the neighborhood. They didn't start out as any violent organization until after the cops kept killing them, man. And what was one of the things? They went to it. They had a house surrounded. They told him to come out with his hands up, so he took off all of his clothes except his underwear just to show that he didn't have anything, because they like to think you do even if you don't. And he came out with his hands up in his underwear, and they shot him a lot. Many times, probably more than 20 times they shot at him, man. They shot at him like they were in the middle of a war. So that's what caused them to become violent, man. What about the government's agenda to disband any so-called black organization ever that actually supports them, man? Nah, man. You can't cover this up, man, you fucking goddamn devils. You try to cover it up. You try to stand up for the police every time. That just proves that you're a piece of shit, man. All right? And these jakes out here, blacks and Hispanics, we're not putting up with that shit no more, man. Okay, because we're done with your bullshit. We're not putting up with that shit no more, man. And Native Americans, man, because we're all Israelites. And they always show so-called black men getting shot, but believe it or not, if you go on records of police killing people, you'll see B, L, or I, man, which is black or Latino / Hispanic or Indians. They always kill them, man. And you can come up and say, well, they kill white people too. Yeah, no shit, dumbass. Of course they do, but is that nearly as frequent? No, it's not. And most of the time, those so-called white people, quote unquote, that they're killing are probably Israelites that are confusion of faith anyways, man. So, for a lack of, to sum it up, technically, the police just killed Jakes, man, Israelites. That's it. Whether it's confusion of faith, Hispanic or black or whatever the case may be, they're Israelites most of the time that are getting shot by police. All right, because they wouldn't shoot no fucking African, man. Well, yeah, the race wars is coming. I made a video on that. I think it was in 2nd Esdras 15, actually. I could get it. Because it's definitely coming, man. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And what this brother was responding to was, I sent him this video of the Elton Sterling man that got shot in Louisiana. They released a video of him getting shot, and right away, right when they approached him, they started calling him names and said they're gonna fucking shoot him and shit like that. And then after, they finally killed him, because he just wanted to know what he did, and they just kept tasing him and threatening him and calling him names. And when they finally killed him, the guy pointed a gun at him again and said, "Stupid motherfucker." So yeah, that really shows you that these police love you, man. You're a goddamn dumbass bitch if you seriously think that police love you or are trying to protect you, man. They hate you, all right? If that's not clear to you by now, then you're a goddamn coon house nigga, man. You need to get out of that mind state. Stop being a fucking coon nigga, man. Because they're not for you. They never were for you. They were created to be against you, man. So why would they be with you now? You need to stop being a fucking retard, man. Okay, because it's not going to help you. You need to stop trying to look out for these heathen nations when you don't even look out for your own people, man. Your own family. Goodness, man. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. And the sword is a modern day gun now. In the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Alright, so blood's going to pursue you, man, you devils, because you deserve it. Everything you've done to us is going to come onto you, man. Okay, and I'm speaking for Israelites that are awake, man, in the truth, and they realize what's actually going on here. Okay, Southern and Northern Kingdom, man, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all in the truth feel the same fucking way, because we're the same people. We look different, and we may have different languages or be from different areas, but we're still the same people, and we're still being treated the same fucking way, man. All right. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For as the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So that cup of judgment's coming. We're going to pass it to you, and you're going to have to swallow it all down, man. Chug it down. There is no taking baby sips, man, and taking your time with that. It's going to come all at once, going straight down your throat, man. You got to chug that shit. All right? That said, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the whole elect Israel. This place is done, man. It's collapsing, all right? And you heathens are going to get judgment for what you've done, man. Shalom.